What's up, guys? It's Maleea, and as you can tell from the title, I'm going to be talking about somebody who has been really been a topic of discussion. I don't even know what else to say. Like 3 days in a row, people have been messaging me about watching his videos and just taking a look, or if he decides that he wants more black girl allies to not fall into it. And I think it's time. I think it's time that we talk about him and get this straightened up. So before I get started, I just want to let everyone know that everything that I'm about to tell you was told to me from the girls themselves. So none of this has happened to me in particular, but I'm just reiterating it, making sure that their stories are heard, because it's kind of crazy the types of things that happen with Jun. And I also want to let everyone know that I'm not here to super attack him. I do want people to be aware of him, but also be aware of Koreans in general. I think a lot of people, when they come to Korea, or before they even come, they have this perception that Korea is like the best place on earth. Nothing bad can happen. Everyone is good. Everyone is nice. And that's not the case at all. That's just not how it is anywhere in the world. You're going to come to Korea, you're still going to have a problem. Something is still going to happen. And I think that a lot of girls are fooled by K-pop and K-dramas. They think that they're going to come and find their perfect oppa. No, it's not happening. It's not. You're going to come here and find a lot of guys similar to the ones you left. So please be careful, okay? Just that's all I really want to say. And let's jump into what the deal is. Why are we here? Okay, so first of all, Jay and I know of Jun because we actually saw his channel back when we were first starting our channel. And it was him and his, at the time, girlfriend, and they were together. It was fine or whatever, from what I remember. And then they broke up because she went back to America. At least that's what we saw from the videos, at least. And so at that time we were like, oh, okay, I guess he's not going to make videos anymore. It was an AMBW channel, but there's no BW in the AMBW. So, so okay, I guess it's done. But it turns out that it wasn't done. He kept making videos. And we didn't even know at that time. We were just not paying attention at all. Because why? And so this was back last September. Yeah, September or so last year. So fast forward 6 months or so. We are in Seoul, Jay and I, and we meet a few of our subscribers. And one of the girls, she tells us about the time that she met him, the week before she met us. And let me pull it up, actually. I have all types of receipts, so I'm not going to be saying any names of anyone, but everyone did consent for me to use their stories. Just want to put that out there, because I'm not about that non-consensual life. So basically, she was staying at Yonsei for the summer, I guess, and at that time, he only had a few thousand subscribers, so messaging him was kind of easy. And, when you only have a few thousand, you can, it's more personable as far as, reaching your audience. Those people there, you can talk to them all the time. And so I think that she mentioned, oh, well, I'm in Seoul, we should totally meet up. He was like, yeah, sure, let's meet up. And so he goes to see her somewhere in Hongdae area. They meet up, they go to a cafe, it's cool, whatever. Then they're like, okay, what do we do next? And she kept suggesting oh, we should go to Noraebang, let's go and sing, maybe drink a little, whatever. Actually, probably not the drinking part, probably just singing, actually. And he was like, do you like movies? And she didn't know anything about DVD bongs. If you don't know, do you know about DVD bong? You go there to fuck, okay? That's just what you do. You don't go there to watch movies. But anyway, I don't think she knew that at the time. So he's like, do you like movies? She's like, yeah, sure. So let's go. She's like, okay. I wanted to go to Noraebang, but okay, I guess we'll go watch a movie. So they go to the DVD bong. They're picking out a movie. They go into the room. If you've ever been inside of a DVD bong, it's one room with a TV, with a bed, some pillows, and some tissues. In that rate, if you are meeting somebody and the first thing, like, you're out drinking, whatever, and they're like, yo, let's go to DVD bong, you know what they're trying to do. So just putting that out there. So they go to the DVD bong. She's like, this is kind of weird. And I think that she didn't realize that he was getting like closer and closer throughout the movie, but she was like trying to watch the movie. She hadn't seen whichever movie they were watching. And so by the end of the movie, he was like mad because he didn't get it in. And, you know, she didn't give it up, even though he bought soju and they were drinking a little bit. Like, that wasn't the intention that she thought. So, like, why would she just randomly have sex with him? You know, like, that's weird. After the movie, his demeanor completely changed. He's, like, irritable and, you know, not friendly anymore, not very helpful. You know, she doesn't know her way around Seoul that well. And he's, like, walking fast and like leaving her behind, and like she's like, I don't know where this is, and he's like, oh, okay, I guess I'll take you. And she's just like, what the fuck, like, you were fine 1 hour ago and now you've completely changed. And then, you know, after he took her back to where they originally met so that she could go back home, she was like, hey, I had a really nice time. He was like, yeah, I guess. And she messaged him like, hope I see you again, but not really, because she was just being friendly. And he just left her on red. Just like didn't even message her back. And that's really funny because when we first heard the story, we were like, wow, I didn't know that Jun was like that. And at that point, we hadn't heard anything else about him, you know, that this was the only thing. And we were just like, interesting, okay. I didn't know he like rolled like that, but not really our place to like intervene. So fast forward to like a few months after that, maybe like fall, around like September, October, he starts gaining a lot of momentum, and he's making a lot of videos with girls claiming that they're his girlfriend or whatever it might be. Or, you know, he's making videos like, what do Koreans think about black people, or literally anything. And honestly, I can't even tell you exactly what content he made because I don't watch any of it. But I know from what I've seen that he's...
I watch everything.
Oh, so Jay watched. So you want to talk about it? Mm-hmm. Alrighty. So, you know, he's making all this content and he's getting a lot of momentum because it feels like he's an ally to black women. You know, he's making videos about them, with them, you know, positive things like, oh, learning slang and, you know, things like that, like friendly, funny types of things. And I always thought that it was a little weird. Like Jay and I, we talked about it like, he's not really with a black girl right now. And he's making different videos with different black girls saying AMBW, but AMBW refers to a couple, not just like two people as an entity. It's like a couple. And we were like, that's kind of weird. Like, why would he continue to make this kind of content if he doesn't have a black girlfriend anymore? But, you know, like, we don't know him. We were just like, I guess he's trying to, like, just trying. That's the only thing that I can come up with. So that was previously, you know, just like a few months ago. As of like 3 days ago, I've had many people message me like, Maleea and Jay, please don't try and be friends with Jun Lee, or they'll tell me about whatever experience they had. And even the girl that told me about the DVD bong even the girl that told me about her DVD bong incident, she was like, yo, remember me? Like, he's back and he's doing a whole bunch of crazy shit. And, you know, we're just like, what kind of crazy shit is he possibly doing? Like, how bad can it be? I thought that he was just making content that people weren't happy with, but still getting views. Because I was like, well, people do that all the time, you know? They make controversial things knowing that people are going to watch it regardless, you know? It doesn't matter if it's positive or negative. Engagement is engagement. So we were just like, okay, he's just being a YouTuber. But one thing that we were concerned about was like, what is he really trying to prove with his videos? Like, what's the point? Why? Why is he doing it? Why? It felt like ingenuine how how much he was trying to be for black women. Black women only, right? I think that he wasn't even trying to advocate for like black people, just like black women, which is kind of odd already. But you know, we'd only seen things from like what we've heard. And I'm in a few Facebook groups of black women in Korea and expat women, you know, whatever, there's a ton. And a lot of them had came forth and been like, yo, have you seen like this video with this girl? And then the girl comes out and she's like, actually, I didn't consent to him like uploading this video. Or a lot of people were saying how they didn't want to even see his content. They're like, why am I seeing his content anyway? Like, what's the point? I don't understand why so many black people, black women in particular, are like looking at his videos and liking him and all these things. And I just kind of like sat back and like didn't exactly say anything because I have no experience with him for me to come forth and be like, I agree. But like, it's been in the back of my head, and Jay and I have been talking about it for like months. Like, yo, Jun is kind of like gaining a lot of people, but like for the wrong reasons, for what we felt. And you know, now we see that as true. So let's talk about the things that people have been telling us. I'll talk about a few things and lead up to like the biggest one for sure. It appears that Jun has a lot of live streams, and in these live streams, I don't know what he talks about, but I'm assuming he's talking about his life, how he feels, and you know, trying to like engage with his audience. And so I've been told he makes a lot of money during each live stream. And a lot of people were like, that's kind of like, I mean, good for you that you're making money, but he was always talking about how broke he is. And so he's making these live streams and talking about how he's poor, but lives on the green line apparently, and has AirPods and, you know, all this shit. And they're like, how are you broke? Like, why are you lying? And you can easily, like, you right now, you can go on a site called socialblade.com, look up like a YouTube handle. You can see all their stats, like how many people have subscribed to them in the past 28 days, how many views they've gotten, how much money they're probably making. You can see that. Like, don't let anyone out here try and finesse you. You'd be like, but you made $300 on your last video. And you make $300 on every video you make, and you make 5 videos a week. Like, it adds up. So no, don't do that. And so a lot of people were giving money to them, and a lot of people were like, that's kind of questionable. Like, you're lying. You're lying about it. And apparently he's also said some mildly racist things about like Muslims, and I think Muslims in particular, maybe saying that they're all terrorists or something like that. And so some girls in his chat, because he has an open Kakao chat, they've told him like, yo, that's not okay. And he's just like, fuck you, like whatever. I can say whatever I want. I want it to be, what did he say? I want it to be in Islam. Like, I don't know, just like anything. He's just saying incorrect information about religions, which is kind of sensitive for, you know, those who are deeply rooted in religion. You know, you can't just be like, yeah, blah, 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 blah. And then someone who is in that religion, they're like, no, that's not true. And then you try and fight them. No, like, you don't do that. So those people that called him out, like, yo, Muslims aren't terrorists. He's like, shut up. Like, not shut up. More like, fuck you, you gorilla looking whatever. And, you know, you're just like, excuse me? Like, he's out here calling black women gorillas and donkeys and monkeys because they didn't agree with what he had to say. And I find that really like alarming, because let's say you were like, yo, Jun, I feel like you shouldn't have made that video about what your friends think about black women. Or maybe I feel like you should have said something to like educate your friends more. And he was like, fuck you, you monkey ass bitch. Like, I don't care. And you're like, damn, like, I'm trying to help you because me as a black woman, I'm trying to give you insight, and you were just like throwing it back in my face. I don't understand that. And like that's happened to like a lot of girls that they were telling me, like at least 10, at least, you know, those are just the ones who decided to like talk to me. Oh, I think that the biggest thing is this next story, by someone who I'm not going to name, but she called me and we had a discussion about what happened between her and Jun, and it's a little like insane, basically. So basically, she came to Korea to kind of get the feel of Korea before deciding to study here or live here. So she was here for a short amount of time. And she was here. I guess she got a recommendation from someone like, yo, you should check out Jun Lee's videos. He's cool. She's like, okay. So she goes and checks him out and she messages him and he's like, oh, we should like totally meet up. Like, let's make YouTube videos. And she was like, okay, sure. So I'm making YouTube videos. And he's not giving her a cut of it because that wasn't discussed, but that'll come into play later. So they're making videos. It's getting time for her to go. You know, she's about to leave. And he's like, no, like stay a little bit longer. I'll help you find a goshiwon, which is like a temporary place to stay, kind of like a studio. He's like, I'll help you find a studio and I'll give you $200. And she was like, okay, I'll just stay for a little bit longer and help you with these videos. And he was like, but I want you to pretend to be my girlfriend so that we can make these videos. And she was like, why? Like, why do I have to do that? He's like, well, AMBW is where the money is. And let me just stop the story right there. The fact that he's trying to use AMBW as his like money source is disgusting, because there are people out there that think that Jay and I's relationship is false because we're trying to make money, but we actually love and care about each other. Like, we're engaged. Like, it's real. It's a real thing. But people like him are out here making probably more than us and making these false videos just because he's just trying to make money. He's just trying to make a quick buck. Like, I don't stand for that. And so she was like, I think that I'd rather make videos with you as a friend. Like, we can do friendly things, not like girlfriend things. And he was like, okay, fine, whatever. So then they start discussing like more about money and how much, you know, each person's gonna get. So she's like, okay, well, when we ever do live streams, I guess she did live streams with him and then he did some by himself. Whenever they were together, there would be like 10 times more people watching. So she was like, okay, how about I get 40%? And he said, no fucking way. I can go and get any black girl off the street and use them in my videos, but I asked you. And damn, like, I'm shocked. Like, I'm shocked that he would say that. Like, even if you think it's not okay, but like, you literally said that to a black girl. Why? And then he started telling her like, yeah, the black girls are so easy to pick up. Like, just take them here and buy them this and then whatever. And that just insinuates that he's done this many times. And this keeps happening to girls. And they're continuously they are continuously falling in this like trap, basically. And so they got into an argument because she's like, you can't be talking about black girls like that. And I deserve money for the content I'm helping you with. I don't need to be here, you know? And so she gets mad. She leaves. She leaves to go to her goshiwon, I guess. And it's the next day. Next day, they decide that they're going to make some videos, but then she stops messaging him around like 5 or 6 p.m. or something. I don't know. But she decides to go meet somebody. I don't know if it was a guy or a girl or whatever. She meets somebody. Mind you, when he said that he was going to help her with a goshiwon, he said, you can't drink, you can't meet anybody, you can't date anybody, can't go to the club. Like, they're already a relationship, you know? They're just friends. And she doesn't go to the club and drink like that. So she was just like, well, I guess that's whatever. But that's kind of weird, I think, to have all these conditions if you guys aren't even like a thing. But I don't know. Maybe it's just me. And so she goes out to meet somebody And he messages her, like blows up her phone. He's like, where are you? And she's like, what do you mean? He said, you're not home. She's like, what do you mean I'm not home? He was at her Goshewon waiting for her. Just like sitting there waiting for her. And she was like, what the fuck? Like, imagine. I can't even give a scenario, actually. Like, this is the only thing that's like insane. Like, no. So she goes back to the Goshewon to like gather her stuff. She's like, no, this isn't gonna work. Like, I'm not doing this. And then when she's like, this isn't going to work, I'm leaving, he's like, well, give me my money back. The $200 or whatever that he gave her for the videos. No, he gave it to her out of good faith. But, you know, it really honestly could have been just like payment for the stuff that she already did. He's like, I want my money back. She was like, well, I'm using the money so I can like go and do things, and you already gave it to me. And he was like, no, you're stealing my money. And she's like, okay. Wow. So she tries to leave. She's trying to get in a taxi. He follows her. Mind you, he tried to like push her down the stairs. Like, he's like holding on to her and like, no, like you can't leave. And she's like, you know, get off of me. So they go, finally get down the stairs. She tries to get in a taxi. He's yelling at everybody like, she's a thief. Like, don't let her go. Like, she stole from me. And everyone is just like looking at her like, it's like, it's worse because she's black, you know. It's different if he was yelling at a Korean guy like, oh, he's a thief or whatever. But like, the fact that black people are already perceived a certain way in Korea, and you are saying these things about her that are untrue and like really demeaning, I can only imagine how I feel in her situation. Like, wow. And especially everyone else around them, they're like, wow, black people are thieves. And like, if you really stood for black people, you wouldn't be doing that type of thing, you know? And she couldn't even leave. The taxi driver wouldn't take her anywhere because he was like, oh, you're a thief. So then the police came. He had already called the police. I forgot to say. He already called the police. Police were on their way. They came. So the police are like, where's your passport? She gives them her passport, but her passport doesn't have a stamp in it. And that's because these days, the past few years at least, Korea hasn't been giving a stamp when you come in, because a lot of people come in and out. It would be kind of like wasteful to stamp each time you come in and out. You know, passport stamps fill up quickly if you travel. So they've just been giving like this little sheet that's like, you came in, but it's recorded somewhere, right? Like, it's not just like you came in and that's it. Like, you can't just get into any country easily without going through their customs. But the police didn't know that, apparently. I don't understand how they wouldn't know that. Like, I don't know. But then they were like questioning her. She can't really speak Korean. He's over here telling them that she's illegal. She came in illegally. She's like, she doesn't need to be here. Detain her. Like, all this stuff because she didn't want to do videos with him anymore. And she didn't give him back the money that he should have gave her for the videos that they already did. I don't know. So eventually they let her go. I think she said that she gave them the number of some Korean friend that she had, and I think they explained the situation, and they were like, oh, okay, whatever. So they left. Yeah, so then luckily that was the end of that, but wow. And I think that the crazy part was she was telling me how they spent a lot of time together. You know, they made many videos, and she said that he even told her, like, you know, actually, I don't like YouTube. I don't like it. I don't like doing it, but it makes me a lot of money. And so that is a fine example of someone that like is literally out here using anything they can to just like grab money. And I'm amazed because he had a lot of people fooled for a long time. And yeah, I mean, from what I've heard, you know, throughout these stories, he just seems very verbally aggressive and maybe even physically, you know, compared to that girl. And there could be more stories that I don't even know about. And I just hope that everyone is okay, seriously, because it's really, I think that it's a lesson learned and a huge eye-opener when you do encounter these types of people in a place that you thought was safe. But like, that's definitely not the way that I would suggest anyone to learn about, you know, Korea or anywhere, you know. Like I said, you know, earlier in the video, like, just because you think that Korea is this safe haven doesn't mean that it is, and it's not. You still have to be on your guard. You still have to, you know, be cautious. You wouldn't just meet up with anyone that you met on the street. You wouldn't just meet anyone you met off the street in America. Why would you do it in Korea? Like, you still have to be cautious. And I hope that many of you can just be more wary of where you direct your views and your clicks. Not saying that you need to direct them here, but at least if you want to watch someone like actually, you know, be here for Black women and advocate for them, watch someone who's actually doing it, not just here for the money. And do your research, you know, find out if people have met them. I feel like that's a great indication. And see if anyone has talked to them personally. And, you know, just be careful, okay? That's just the takeaway that I want to give here.
I can't open my eyes.
You want to put glasses on? Yeah, just put glasses on.
Can I just close my eyes?
No, that's weird.
Sorry, we got... LASIK.
We got LASIK surgery, so
yeah.
I can see.
But I have problems.
He's having some problems. But...
so many things to tell, but I'm not going to say it. We know that he's using...
Everybody
for like Black women for money. And he's trying to get some money and trying to get some Black women. I'm pretty sure he has a Black women fetish. So what I want to say is we had a little doubt for him. I was kind of wanted to believe him. Like, I thought he could be the one who I can talk with, who understand the Black community. But I guess he's not. And I'm really disappointed.
Yeah.
I feel sad.
You know, he could have had a good thing going, you know? But it's clear that what he portrays on the video is different from how he, you know, treats people in real life. So, not saying that watching this video you need to completely agree with us. You're free to disagree with us. That's fine. I'd like to see what you have to say that, like, rebuttals this so that we can have, like, an open conversation. So, like, if you do or don't agree, comment so we can read it, because we read every comment and see what you think. Because like I said, I didn't watch any videos. He does, but this is all the information that people have just decided to tell me. And I really hope I don't hear any stories about other girls that have gone through maybe even a worse time with him. I hope that doesn't come up, but I guess we'll see. And on that note, Merry Christmas. This is our gift to you. A nice analyzing video. I'm not really sure where this will go, but you know, we decided to at least put the information out there. Well, that's it. Like I said, let us know how you feel in the comments, because we will be in the comments, like, talking back with you. So let us know. Bye.